important verse, and we can read it again, right? Is that okay?
Yep.
So we'll just read it again. And in Srimad Bhagavad Gita, Lord Krishna himself is reciting the Bhagavad Gita. He's telling to Arjuna, right? And in Sri Brahma Samhita, it's Lord Brahma who is praying to Supreme Lord and Govind. So, pretty nice. So let's see.
दमादिपुरुषं तमहं भजामि धर्मोत्थपापनिचयश्रुतयस्तपांसि ब्रह्माण्डिकेटपतगावहदश्च जीवाः यद्दत्तमात्र विभवप्रकटप्रभावा गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमहं भजामि यस्मिन्द्रगोपमथवेन्द्रमहोस्वकर्म बन्धानरूपफलभाजनमातनोति कर्माणि निर्दहति किन्तु च भक्तिभाजां गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमहं भजामि.
So the translation is, I adore the primeval Lord Govinda, who burns up to their roots all fruitive activities of those who are imbued with devotion, and impartially ordains for each of the due enjoyment of the fruits of one's activities of all those who walk in the path of work in accordance with the chain of their previously performed works, no less in the case of the tiny insect that bears the name of Indragop than in that of Indra, king of the Devas. So, just to quickly go over it one more time. Yasti Vandragop, like Indragop, which is the name of a very small insect. Atha Vendramaho, Indramaho. So Indragop to Lord Indra, who is the king of all the devatas. Swakarma Bandhanu Roop Fal Bhajan Matanoti. All of them are in the Karma Bandhan, which means based on the karma they are doing, even if it's Indra who is the king of all the devas, and based on their Karma Bandhan, they gave the fall, they gave the results. Bhajan Matanoti, which means unbiased. Lord Krishna, you get the results based on the karmas you are doing without any bias. Okay, but Kintu, so this is the most important line, right? Kintu karmani nirdhati. So nirdhati is pretty much clean up the karmas and the karmas. Burn them. Karmani nirdhati kintu cha bhakti bhajam. So devotees who are pure devotees, who are devoting to Lord Krishna himself takes care of them, and karmani nirdhati. Okay? So such Lord Krishna I pray to. Sumit?
God impartially induces the fallen souls to act in the way that is consequent on the deeds of their previous birth and to enjoy the fruition of their labors. But out of his great mercy to his devotees, he purges out by the fire of ordeal the root of all karma, which are nescience and evil desires. Karma, though without beginning, is still perishable. The karma of those who work with the hope of enjoying the fruits of their labors becomes everlasting and endless and is never destroyed. The function of sannyasa is also sort of karma befitting an ashram and is not pleasant to Krishna when it aims at liberation. Those are desire of empancipation. That is desire of emancipation. Continue.
Yeah, you can finish it. Yeah.
They also receive the fruition of their karma, and even if it be disinterested, their karma ends in Atma, Mamta, those are, that is self pleasure. But those who are pure devotees always serve Krishna by gratifying his senses of forsaking all attempts of karma and jnana and being free from all desires, save that of serving Krishna. Krishna has fully destroyed the karma it desires and nescience of those devotees. It is great wonder that Krishna, being impartial, is fully partial to his devotees.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Right? So it's a great wonder that Krishna, being impartial for everything else based on the karmas, is still fully partial
That's it
to
for his
his devotees.
devotees.
With devotees.
Yeah. Okay. Any comments? Anything else? I think Ravi gave a good relation yesterday. So let's move on to the next slok.
यं क्रोधकामसहजप्रणयादिभेते वात्सल्यमोहगुरुगौरवसेव्यभावैः सञ्चिन्त्य तस्य सदृशं तनुमापुरेते गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमहं भजामि.
So I adore the primeval Lord Govinda, the meditators of whom, by meditating upon him under the sway of wrath, amorous passion, natural friendly love, fear, parental affection, delusion, reverence, and willing service, attain to bodily forms befitting the nature of their contemplation. So essentially, in summary, what it's saying is, oh,
तमहं भजामि यं क्रोधकामसह.
that's the one. So yam, like based on krodh, kam, sahaj, pranay, bhiti, fear, vatsalya, moha, guru, gaurav, sevya bhave, seva bhav. Okay? So depending on how you are meditating on Lord Krishna, based on that, right? Like based on all this passion, love, affection, right? They attend to specific bodily forms based on how they are meditating on Lord Krishna. Yeah? That's what in summary this means. Okay, Reena ji padenge aap?
Yeah, yeah. Devotion is of two kinds, which is one of the nature of difference to regulation, and number two, constituted of natural feeling. Bhakti is roused by following with a tinge of faith in the rule of the Shastras and instruction of the preceptors. Such bhakti is of the nature of loyalty to the scriptural regulations. It continues to be operative as long as the corresponding nature feeling is not roused. If a person loves Krishna out of natural tendency, there is the principle of raga, which is no other than a strong desire to serve, which turns into bhava or substantive feeling. When the substantive feeling is aroused, the devotee becomes an object of mercy of Krishna. It takes much time to attain this stage. Devotion, which is of the nature of feeling, is superior to that connected with scriptural regulation, soon attains to the realized state and is attractive to Krishna.
Sure.
Should I continue?
Guru Ajay?
Sure. Its various aspects are described in the shloka. Sant Bhava, full of reverence to superior. Dasya Bhava, full of service by carrying out the commands of the object of worship. Sukhya Bhava, or natural friendly love. Vatsalya Bhava, or parental affection, and Madhura Bhava, or amorous love, are all included in the category of devotion of the nature of instinctive attachment. But anger, fear, and delusion, though they are of nature of instinctive impulse, are not devotion in the strict sense of the term, because they are not friendly but hostile to the object. Anger is found in asuras like Sisupal, fear in Krishna,
Confirm.
fear in
Cons.
Kansa, Kansa, and of the delusion in the Panditas of the parenthesis pantheistic school.
Ravi?
Hare Krishna.
They have the feeling of anger, fear, and instinctive impulse marked by the complete self-forgetful identification with the non-differentiated Brahma. But as there is no friendly feeling towards the object of devotion, there is no bhakti. Again, among the feeling of Santa, Dashya, Shakya, Sakhya, Vatsalya, and Madhura Santa, though indifferent and dominant in raga, is still recounted as bhakti on account of its being little friendly. There is an immense volume of raga in the other four varieties of emotions. By the promise of Gita, ye yatha man pradyayante tam tatha eva bhajamaya aham. I serve one according to his submission. Those who allow themselves to be accurate by the sentiments of fear, anger, and delusion attain to Sayujya Mukti, Sahajya Mukti, emerging in the Absolute.
Right.
Hare Krishna.
Krishna. Reena ji,
Will I complete?
Yes, Priya. The Santas obtain bodily forms with aptitude for addiction to Brahman and Paramatma. The Dasya and Sakhya classes of worshippers attain bodily forms characterized by masculine or feminine disposition according to their respective grades of eligibility. The Vatsalya class of the worshippers get bodily forms befitting fatherly and motherly sentiments. The amorous lovers of Krishna attain the pure forms of gopis, the spiritual milkmaids of Praja. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Kind of lot of depth in this one, right? Any comments, questions?
So this basically they are talking about the different kind of ras here, the feelings, the bhavana emotions basically, which is
Yeah,
um,
that's right. Yeah, like what and different kind of bhavs are there.
yeah.
But right, and the important thing is also like it says that
So basically the anger is not part of the Krishna bhakti. That's what they're talking about. Anger, fear.
right, and then accordingly, but you can still meditate. Like for example, Kans kept remembering Krishna, so he's still kind of meditating in the Krodh bhav. So
Yeah.
then
Oh.
the shape of that kind of body is what it's saying. But the important thing is this statement here, right? Is that
Yes, it
it
takes
takes
much
much
time.
time to attain this stage, right? So because you are devotees, you are trying to devote, you are trying doing chanting, and different people are loving Lord Krishna in a different bhav, right? But it takes much time to attain this stage. However, the devotion which is of the nature of feeling is superior to that connected with the scriptural regulation. So what it's essentially saying is you can follow the scriptures, right? And then you can follow all the principles of meditation and sannyas, tyag, right? And all these different types of yoga and everything else. It's fine, right? You will still get to the absolute Brahma, as we have read before. But more superior than that is the nature of feeling, which is the actually bhakti yoga. That is the nature of bhakti. So devotion which is of the nature of feeling is superior to that connected with scriptural regulation. So that's one. And then it describes like what are different bhavs, right? So like Dasya bhav. What's the best example of Dasya bhav? Um, one which everyone gives, like there is no biggest bhakt of Sri Ram, Lord Ram,
Yes,
than
Sabri.
Lord Hanuman, right? So that is the Sevak bhav, which is there, right? Vatsalya bhav or parental affection, like Maya Yashoda.
Mata Yashoda, yes.
Yeah. Madhur bhav or amorous love, like gopis.
Gopi.
So different bhavs have different examples. And then you have anger, which is like Shishupal or Kans, right? So based on different bhavs, different feelings of Santa, Dashya, Sakhya, like friendly, Vatsalya and Madhur, right? Are all these bhakti, and based on that, you basically Tasya Sadarshi Tanuma Purete. Accordingly, you get the different forms of bodies. I think that's in simple words. That's what um, this shlok is explaining. Yeah. Hello, Jitendra, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
I think what we'll do is just 8 minutes. So we'll read the next shlok and then we'll see how it goes. So let's go to the next. And that's a big one. So I think let's just read the shlok and the translation.
प्रणयादिभेते वात्सल्यमोहगुरुगौरवसेव्यभावैः सञ्चिन्त्य तस्य सदृशं तनुमापुरेते गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमहं भजामि श्रियः कान्तः कान्तः परमपुरुषकल्पतरवो द्रुमा भूमिश्चिन्तामणि गणमयि तोयममृतं कथागानं नाट्यं गमनपि वंशे प्रियसखे चिदानन्दं ज्योतिः परमपि तदास्वादमपि च स यत्र क्षीराब्धे श्रवते सुरभिभ्यश्च सुमहान् निमेषाध्याप्यो वा व्रजति न हि यत्रापि समयः भजे श्वेतद्वीपं तमहमिह गोलोकमितियं विदन्तस्ते सन्तक्षिते विरलचार कतिपय.
So here the translation combines the two shloks, 28 and 29. So Jitendra, would you like to read this translation?
I worship that transcendental seat known as Svetapad, where as loving concerts the Lakshmi is in their unalloyed spiritual essence, practice the amorous service of Supreme Lord Krishna as their only lover, where every tree is a transcendental purpose tree, where the soil is the purpose gem, all water is nectar, every word is a song,
Every gate is a dance, the flute is the favorite attendant, effulgence is the full of transcendental bliss, and the supreme spiritual entities are all enjoyable and tasty, where numberless milk cows always emit transcendental oceans of milk, where there is eternal existence of transcendental time, who is ever present and without past or future, and hence is not subject to the quality of passing away even for the space of half a moment. That realm is known as Golok only to a very few realized souls in this world. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So I think in those two verses I is describing like what happens in Golok, right? So that's the description. I think we can read the purport. Ajay, you want to read?
The region which jivas attain by the best performance of their ras bhajan through, though purely transcendental, is by no means devoid of variegatedness. The non-differential region is attained by indulging in anger, fear, and delusion. The devotees attain Goloka, the transcendental region, above Vaikuntha according to the quality of ras of the respective services. In reality, the region is no other than Svetadapta or the White Island, being exceedingly pure. Those who attain the highest ras in the shape of the realization of pure devotion in this world, viewing the reality of Svetadapta in Gokula, Vrindavan, and
Navadvip.
Navadvip
Yeah.
within this mundane world designate the same as Golok.
Okay. Ravi?
Yeah. In that transcendental region of Goloka, they are always visible. In their supreme beauty, all the distinctive entities that are incorporated in the pure cognitive principle, viz. The lover and his beloved ones, trees and creepers, mountains, rivers and forests, waters, speech, movement, music of the flute, the sun and the moon, tasted and taste, that is, unthinkable wonders of the 64 aesthetic art, milk cows yielding nectarian flow of milk, and transcendental over existing time. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. I think we will stop here and then we'll read tomorrow since we only have, 2.5 minutes left. Any comments, questions, anything? I think we only have like few more shlokas left now of Brahm Samhita. Come a long way. We'll continue our meditation on the Brahm Samhita since from yesterday.
Govind Hare Krishna Tamam Bhajami Jakarnana Vachale Vachati Smayoga Ye Brahmananda Jagaranda Saromakrupa Adhar Shakti Avalamya Param Samurti Govinda Hare Krishna Namam Bhajami नित्यैकनिश्वसितकालमतावलम्ब्या जीवन्ति लोमगिलजगदन्धनात्मा विष्णोर्मांस इह जस्य कलाभिषेक्तो गोविन्दमादि पुरुषा तमां भजामि गोविन्दमादि पुरुषा तमां भजामि तस्म सकलेषु निजेषु तेजा स्वीयं कियत् प्रकटयत्यपिता